Hi YouTube. Well, I'm back in the kitchen and I'm a much happier gal this week in Tampa Bay. It's going to be 77 here this afternoon. We have had so much cold weather since Thanksgiving. It's just, we're doing a hallelujah dance. So, I thought I'd mix up a drink today that was a little more fun, not tropical, but more kind of party oriented. And it's called a Smith Wesson. So we're going to start with a cocktail glass and a little ice in there. And then I'm going to do 1 ounce of vodka. Now I'm kind of hanging on to this for dear life because it's slippery. It came out of the freezer and it's defrosted a little. And then 1 ounce of Kahlúa. I'm using the salted caramel because it's what I have. And I actually like it because it's a little sweeter. Okay. And then we're going to use 2 ounces of heavy cream. I'm going to give this a little shake. I don't know if any of you use heavy cream in your diet, but the price of heavy cream has gone sky high. That's 2 ounces. And so I now buy it at Walmart. I know, I never thought the day would come that I'd be shopping at Walmart. I don't buy produce or meat there though, but some good buys. Now, here's the weirdest part you might think. Let me get my little nutcracker because I don't have the strongest fingers in the world. And you're gonna take this and you're going to float Coke on top of here. Now I'm using Diet Coke, of course. And of course that fizzes it all up. Makes it kind of fun. And to that, I'm going to add a maraschino cherry. Right there, just like that. Okay, now you kind of see that most everything's down in the bottom. So I'm going to give it just a little stir to mix up. It's in the bottom with the whipped cream or heavy cream or whatever you want to call it. There. Whoa, it's like drinking a root beer float. A lot of these drinks that were done with vodka and Kahlúa, like the White Russian, the Black Russian, there's another, there were 4 drinks that were used with cream today. I'm trying to remember the 4th one and I can't. A lot of them were concocted in the 1930s. So this is an offshoot of that period of time when I think people were drinking sweeter drinks. So I'm gonna just put this in the fridge because it is right now 10:23 in the morning and I'm not gonna drink it now. So we're gonna just set this aside. I'm gonna put that in a little shaker and that will be this evening for cocktail hour. I am learning in my senior citizen years that 1 cocktail is the optimum most for my body. My body, as I age, assimilates the alcohol slower. So if I'm going to have a second drink in an evening, say I go over to my club or something, it needs to be something much, much lighter, or I just stick to one. So I find that it makes me tired. And it's interesting because I was talking to the bartender at our club the other night, and I said to him, "You look like you've lost weight." And he's a young guy. He's a tall, young guy. Really great personality. And he says, I said, "What did you do? Did you go on a diet?" He says, "No." He said, "I stopped drinking." And he said, "I'm not tired all the time." Some food for thought in that. Okay, I'm going to come around and move the camera just a little bit. Good to see my gas stove. And by the way, if you did not know this, unfortunately I found this out because this is the first time in probably, I won't tell you how many years, that I've had a gas stove. Every place I've lived in the last few decades has always been electric. But if you have asthma, as I do, turn the fan on as soon as you turn the stove on, because the gas fumes and asthma don't mix very well. So what am I wearing? Well, it's a dress. It's a wrap dress. It has even lower cut neckline, as you can see, 3/4 sleeves, and it's, of course, it's my favorite print, animal print. You know how much I love that. And with it, I'm wearing regular stockings with a garter, as you can see. And then I have on stilettos that are interesting. I don't get to wear these very often because they don't go with much of anything. But they're tan in the front and they're a peep toe. And then in the back, I'll turn around. They're all black suede and they have golden studs on the black. I think they're really, really cool and I love them. So let me turn around for you once more. And I'll walk a little bit. And you can see this dress. So, what's up today? Well, errands. And my computer hard drive just filled right up. And that's not a good thing when I store a lot of videos and a lot of film photos on there. And so when I need to use them, or download more, I haven't been able to do it. And then I haven't been able to do a lot of things. So I had to take it in last Friday to a local computer store instead of my usual Geek Squad. And I got the bad news on Monday. But I have a terabyte, so I will be able to accumulate all kinds of content now. And that's really going to help me in what I do with filming and taking photos. So tonight, then I have to go down to Tampa. I have to run some errands in Tampa, to go to the post office, you know, the usual things of everyday life that I think sometimes you guys think that we don't do, but I do. So, and then I'm going to go see my longtime, most trusted of 22 years chiropractor. And I may just stop and have some stone crabs on the way home. One of my favorite things in the world. I don't know if you've ever had them, Florida stone crabs, but they have a claw that looks like a green lobster claw. And what's interesting is when they harvest them here, they take them out of the traps and they pull off one claw and they throw it back in. It sounds awful, doesn't it? I hope they don't feel any pain. But that claw grows back. So it's sustainable. However, it's very much dependent on what the weather is. Now, it's been cold, so this should be good. And the season is usually from November to May. And of course, in Miami, Joe's stone crab is so famous for serving that. And you'll find that in a few places. I know there's one in Chicago. There's definitely one in Vegas. There's a couple of them in Miami. And then the rest of them are shipped out, you know, through Florida, and the best ones are the ones that have just come right out of the water, and they are served, after they are cooked, they are served cold with a mayo, mustard, and honey sauce. Love them. So sometimes if you get to Florida and you're maybe down in the Keys, you're near Miami, and where you can go and get them fresh, even Hollywood, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, they all have them fresh. You should try them. They're fabulous. Did you notice anything different today? What's different? Okay, I want to hear your comments. Let's see how much you're watching. All right. Have a fabulous rest of your week. I'm sorry I couldn't visit with you yesterday. I had just too many things going on. And when I do this, I want to do it properly for you. So if you enjoy this channel, please subscribe and hit that little bell to be notified. And I love your comments as long as they are tasteful and respectful. And that's what all of us deserve, to be treated with respect and with kindness in our daily life. So remember, it doesn't cost a thing to be kind. Pass it on. Namaste, my friends.